Hi there, teachers, and welcome to the third video and the third training session for the course in Google Classroom Basics. I am Mr. Dino Paulo Cortez, and you can reach me through the email below. That's because we also have teachers from the public schools uh, joining us. So you could always reach me through this email address uh, to request for the materials that we're using here. I'll send it through the links. So if you could find it there, then you could open it from there. So just a review. In the first session, we made a basic form. We also made slides. On the second session, we made a Google Classroom and improved on our slides. So in the third session, we're going to improve on our Google Forms. We're going to start on a new app. It's Google Docs to make worksheets for our students. So worksheets are a big part of our class. So I hope this one would help everyone. So we'll start. Uh, So in this session, we're going to make forms that check automatically. I'll show you some examples, and then we'll make some interactive learning materials through Google Docs and send this to the previous classroom that we've made. So the question is, why is Google Docs better than Microsoft Word? Uh, the the for me, uh, the big part is it's free. I remember paying for Microsoft Word, its license for a while, and you have to do it every year or something. So Google Docs is the only word processing software that I'm using now. So it's nice because you could also use it for group works, for collaborative work, and you'll know who typed what. And you could actually, and if some student decides to delete parts of it, you could actually restore uh, the versions of the document. And you could also type in Filipino and Chinese very easily. So I'll show you that one in a while. But first, uh, please open the Google Docs from the Apps button. So when you click it, you'll find an untitled document, and you could look for tools and do voice typing. So tools, voice typing. You'll see something like this. So you could choose the language there and just press the microphone to speak. You could change the language first. Uh, I'll demonstrate how to use it later. But on this slide, you have some links to example documents that you could send to your students. This is for Chinese and Filipino classes, language classes. What could you do in Google Docs? You could insert tables and pictures and links to your Google Docs. So what you'd need to do is, if you find something nice on YouTube, you could click the share button and this will appear. So this one appears, you could just click copy, and then when you go back to the document that you want to put it to, it could be the Google Doc or slides, then just paste the link by pressing Control V or Command V if you're using Mac. So we'll make a worksheet for your students. So you could first insert images to make it engaging to the students. It could be some examples. I think I gave an example for mammals in this document. So you could insert images from directly from the web without leaving the document. So click Insert Image, search from the web. You could also try the shortcut like this one. If you look at it, it's clickable. It has it links to YouTube, but the it doesn't show you the long link. So you could do that by pressing Control K. So if you press Control K, you could paste the link here and make a text. So for example, click me. So you could do that. And you could also, uh, the good part in Google Docs is that the students could actually answer directly on that. So I'll show you what it means. Okay, so uh, showing on the screen is my Google class with the grade 12 students. But I'll cut the part where it shows their names, so you won't be seeing it whole. So here I have some works that need Google Docs. Okay. So here I have a worksheet. So what I did was to type in all the questions. I've inserted pictures here. Uh, and then what they do is to uh, put a picture of their work on the Google Doc. So this is for physics. So if you look at it, it's the answer of the first student. But if you look at the next file, it is the same. These are my same questions here, but now the answers are different. So I don't actually need to make a copy for each. Google does it for me. So you could do that. What I would then do is to put a grade on their work after I check it. So if you look at this part, I actually have a space to put in the grades of the students. So for example, he got it all correct. I could just type in 20 and it saves it. And I could proceed to the next student. So it's actually very easy to do this one uh, and check all of the things that you've submitted in one sitting. So uh, we'll go back to the PowerPoint, the slide presentation. Uh, well, you'll have some Google Docs that are easy to make. I gave you some examples here, and some advanced ones to make it a little more challenging. We'll also discuss how to make this one on the next few sessions after this. So you could still join us if you want. Uh, but we'll be going next to how to put the correct answers and the auto check feature on Google Forms. So what we will do is go back to Google Forms, open the one that you did before, uh, or make a new one. So what we do is to uh, go to the Google Classroom. Okay, uh, we're going to click Create, choose Assignment, and then attach uh, the file that we're going to send the students, the Google Doc that you've just made, or a new form that we're going to do with auto check with the auto check feature. So when you made a form, if you're using the old one, just click the setting. There's a gear button here, okay, the gear button, and this one will pop out. So quizzes, uh, select quizzes and click this one, make this a quiz. And what it does is that it allows you to select which option is the correct answer. You'd have to assign the number of points to make it uh, to whatever you want. So, for example, if you wanted 2 points each, you could change it to 2 points or one for each item. So, when you're done, uh, change the name and make sure that the total number of points matches uh, the total number of items that you have. Because one problem usually is that uh, the total number of points is less than the total number of items. That means that you might have missed one of the questions. Okay. So we now go back to Google Classroom and attach your newly made form. So you you go to classwork and then click create. So what that does is it gives you the option to select a new quiz assignment. Okay. Instead of using this blank quiz, what we're going to do is to attach the one that we've already made. So we'll click X here and click add. So when you do that, you could select the quiz that we've just made. Okay, that's in the Google Drive. So what you're going to do is to select Google Drive and look for the one for the form that you've just made. And then we assign the work to the class. So I'll show you how that one is done. Okay, so we're in the Google uh, homepage. What I'm going to do is to click Classroom. Okay. I'm going to make a new uh, Google form. I can do that by clicking Create Quiz Assignment. Okay. You could add something that you've made before, so it appears here. Okay. But for now, what I will do is just use this one. So the total number of points is still 0. What I need to do first is to click Settings and make this a quiz. Okay, so it's already a quiz. So I'll say 5 plus 1. Let's say 4, 6, 7. Okay. So what happens is that I have to click this answer key and choose the correct answer. So I'm choosing 6. That's the correct answer. And then I put 1 point for that. And for now, I'll be done. So I'll just write sample test. What you could do is to have all make your entire quiz for that one. So test quiz. Okay. Let's send it. Okay. So it's already saved. So uh, so what I'll have to do is to add from Google Drive. Now I could see test quiz over here. I'll add it. Okay. Put a title. So I'll say written work 1 test quiz. Okay. I'll change the total number of points. It's only worth 1 point. And I'll set the due date. Let's say tomorrow. Okay. And I'll assign. So that's it for sending that. So make sure that you send your form to the Google class that you've made. Make sure that it has student 1, or you could add me as a student, type my email address and add it there. And then so that I could answer your test, and you'll see that when you open it, you could see the grades if it's an auto check, or you could change it, or you could check it on your own. Okay, so uh, I'll show you what the test looks like if it's on manual checking. Okay, so this is a form that I used with my students. So it's about physics. The first part is automatically checked by Google. So you got 4 out of 5 here. However, in part 2, which is essay, is actually checked by me. So what happens is that I'll be able to read his answers here, and I could change the score here. So you could try both auto check and manual checking features in your Google Forms. Send the Google form to me. I'll do it. Then you could check it so that you could practice checking the forms and recording the grades. And that's it for this session. Thank you very much for watching.